he also measured the angle with design of the cannon. We can also include that as the student is doing his major project in his major project. So yes, for that local short film he made that we can add point to session for that he used drones to capture the footages of the fort around and the people also.
After getting all the details, they also enjoyed the different places there and went to
We also
agree that point of test number 12 that he also explored the nearby places around.
And friends, we can also add one more action that he also motivated his friends to visit the ancient museums and look and know about the history of their artifacts and weapons also.
And we can also add a point like that we also meet with Kalwarias and dance with them and click photos of those Kalwarias and also purchase local handicrafts and local clothes.
Yeah, you can
As they completed their report and they went back to their college, submitted their report, and with the help of their report, their other friends also got to know about that place, and we can also upload
also share the information
and
about
all the
the
students
place
shared other as all students are from history background only, so they shared the projects and they got inspired by any other project.
Discussion in a group, we came to a common story. The main character of a story is Abhimanyu, who is 34-year-old man, and he is also a male, mood positive. Abhimanyu was 34-year-old man who is head of Jaipur tourism department and also a blogger. He decided to do an inspection visit on Jagat Fort, where he checked that the cleanliness and the facility for the tourist who visits the fort. They checked that no one should be charging extra on some tickets from the people and cleanliness of the environment. There he saw a big cannon and he got a new idea for his blog. There he gathered all the information for his blog and from a healthy discussion, sir, we concluded the story that our main character is Rahul, age 23, who is a student of history, and for his final major project, he decided to that he will make a thesis and his major project on a fort that is very unexplored or people don't have much knowledge about that fort, sir. So he decided the place to go to that fort, and after that he decided that he will visit the local people to gather some knowledge, and also he divided his major project in two parts. That was one was in written form and one was of he made a short film on that project. So for that short film he filmed the local people and asked some questions to local people about the history of the fort, and also the also some knowledge that was not in not were more popular around general people, and the written part he got some professional help for professional tourist guide as he discussed with him for some important and deep knowledge. After that he completed his major project and submitted it into the college, and also his other fellow mates who have made the major project on other places, they shared their projects, and after that they made a group and visited all the places which they have made the major project on. Thank you.
Shown to us, we have perceived one character who is 22 to 23 years old. He is in a positive mood, and the action of our story is making a historical project in the final year. So our story is like Rohan, who is 23 years old, pursuing his BA final year. He has been assigned a project to made a project on a historical site. So he decided to cannon which is in the nearby place, and for that he visited the place and he talked to the local people about the information of the cannon and the history of the cannon. He gathered the information from them, and he also decided to make a video presentation for the project. For that he used the drone shots, and he also included the point that we should protect our historical weapons and the architects in his project. And then he also motivated his friends to visit the place, and he also explored the nearby places in the village, and finally submitted the project. Thank you.
Expo, right? Okay. Anshraj, you made the story of visit of a defense expo. Remember, defense expo, you understand what is defense expo? Defense, is these days the manufacturers of weapons, sometimes depending on the place or the country, they display their systems. Now, in such defense expo or defense exhibitions, you are unlikely to see an ancient gun. What they are going to display is what is the latest, right? So that more number of countries get attracted and purchase them. So a story like that will be out of place, right? Okay, all right. Okay, now Swami, you made a story about somebody finds a cannon, he brings the cannon, he cleans it, he colors it, and he displays it and wrote its history. Normally, a normal person from the society or from our background, you will, such artifacts, such guns or such weapons are property of Archaeology Department of India. We cannot go and collect it, paint it and display it and things like that. Understood? So that again will be little out of place. Alright, okay. Now, many of you made the story about there is a big gun at Jagat Fort, Jaiban, its name. It's a very long gun and it's on wheels. Have you seen? Those of you who have visited will remember this. Now, this gun is comparatively very small and it is lying on the ground. It is not on the wheels. Alright, so narrating that or equating it with that gun in Jagat Fort will be again little out of place. Alright, okay. So remember, your story should be based on what you actually see. Alright, okay. Now some other points. Kunal made a good story that there is a new Archaeological Survey of India officer who has been just posted in. So he is familiarizing himself. So he goes around and gets to know more about the ancient history of these guns and things like that. And then he also said he publicized whatever he observes through social media, etc. So that story was also quite okay. Now, so generally otherwise, most of you have made story on an ancient cannon, so that story is okay. Some of you made a story about visit to a museum and you see such a gun in the museum, right? So you made a story about that. That is also okay. Now, during the discussion, some of you didn't speak. Some of you didn't speak at all. Some of you participated in your participation has been very low level. Krishnapal, you didn't speak in your PPDT. And what's Himanshu? You are Himanshu, huh? You didn't speak. I didn't hear, or maybe you are being covered. Huh? Alright, okay. So understand one thing, and also during your narration of the story, you were looking only in one direction. You have already been told earlier also that when you are narrating your story, you must address your group and don't address one single individual in your group. So rotate your head and you must be addressing your complete group. Now this is a common point. Number of you also didn't address your group. Alright, okay. Some other guys have not spoken. Brahmanand, participation in the PPDT was not there. Alright, okay. So remember, if you don't speak in PPDT, that is the end of your screening. Alright, okay. Some of you have now become activated, are now speaking. Earlier they were generally on the quieter side, now they are speaking. Mrigank is one of them. Alright, because you didn't speak enough. Prakhar, okay. Prakhar, you spoke. Mrigank, you didn't speak enough. Alright, okay. So, participation should be at a higher level. Now, anyone got any question? Anyone would like to ask anything about today's PPDT? Any question? Right, okay. Speak as many times as you have something to speak about. As long as you have a point in your mind, do make it a point to speak. Alright, okay. But please remember, you should not be seen just trying to speak for the heck of it. You know, some of you are under pressure that we must be seen speaking, and under that pressure you speak, and what you speak does not have much substance or doesn't have much relevance to the. So understand that there is no restriction on how many times you speak. Speak as many times as you have something to really contribute to your discussion. Understood? Any other question?